Hey, y'all. Bet y'all missed me today, didn't you? I missed y'all for sure. I'm still working on projects, getting stuff organized, and I think I switched out all my winter clothes for my spring clothes too soon, y'all. We got another blizzard coming. Can you believe that? It says we having snow Tuesday night and Wednesday, and now they're saying we're having snow Tuesday night and a blizzard Wednesday. Another blizzard in mid. I don't even know what the date is. I don't know if we're in mid March or late March. I don't know. I think we're like in the third week of March or something, but I don't know. I don't look at calendars. But anyway, that stuff lasts usually all the way through March and sometimes into April. But it's tempting springtime, and then it'll get it's been cold. It hadn't got warm. I think one day was semi warm. It's been cold all day today. I woke up this morning, it's 21 degrees. Woke up in the middle of the night last night to go pee, and it's 27 degrees. And then several hours later, went back to bed, and then several hours later, when I woke up, it was 21 degrees. And I didn't check the temperature anymore after that. But it's been cold. I went outside and got some old boards from the place next door. They're fixing to bulldoze it down, and the guy that owned it said I took him out to lunch today and bought lunch for a couple other people that's sitting in the restaurant, and he said the guy that used to live there said that he was going to come over there later today and tear off some good lumber to keep. I said, well, you tear some good stuff off for me too, and I'll take it. And he said he would, but he never showed up over there. So I don't know what the heck happened. Uh, when I picked him up, he's the guy that doesn't drive. He's not allowed to drive, which that's just about everybody in this town except me, because everybody's been arrested for drinking and driving, or driving while high on meth or coke or crack or whatever. And so I'm about the only one in town that's allowed to drive besides a policeman. And they all follow me around waiting for me to mess up, but they only caught me once. I went the wrong way down a one-way street, and I never saw the sign that said it was one way. And then the cop followed me all over town. I kept trying to scoot over and get out of his way. He had his lights going and everything, and uh, I had no idea. I knew I wasn't speeding. I was just driving like 25 or 30, and I thought he was after somebody else, and I was trying to get out of his way, and I kept moving over and moving over. And when I'd move over, he would move over. And after about 2 miles of that, I thought, well, maybe I better pull over. So I pulled over, and he came up there and told me I went the wrong way down a one-way street, and so far back, I'd been traveling all over town trying to shake the cop off my rear end, and uh, so I didn't know where he was talking about till he told me over by the school. But it was on a Saturday. The school wasn't even open, so it shouldn't have mattered. But it did. I didn't get a ticket though. He didn't even give me a warning ticket. He just don't go the wrong way down a one-way street. I don't know how I got talking about that. I tell you what, I can take y'all down rabbit trails you never expected to go down. Since we're talking about being pulled over by the cops, a friend here wanted me to go. He'd flown somewhere, and he was flying into the Denver, Colorado airport, and he wanted me to pick him up. I said okay. I didn't want to drive that far, but I did. It's where I live. It's 5 hours to the Kansas City airport that way, and 5 hours to the Denver airport that way. And I didn't want to. I've never been to Kansas City because I don't want to drive 5 hours for any reason, except I got a friend over there that has been watching me for a long time on here, and he hadn't give up on me yet. And I'd kind of like to meet that guy. His name is Al. Y'all see him on here pretty often. And anyway, this friend wanted me to take him, wanted me to go pick him up at the Denver airport, and I said okay. So I went over there, and thank God he had got a B&B for the night, a 2 bedroom. So he slept in one, and I slept in the other. That's a long ways to drive and come back in one day. I told him I couldn't do it, but I didn't think he did anything about it. But when I picked him up, he told me he had a B&B and gave me the address for it. But that's a crazy airport. Goodness gracious. I never got out of my truck, but getting in and out of the airport was crazy. He met me at the curb, but just getting in there, man, I never saw so much traffic. I've been to the 3 Houston airports many times, and the one big airport in Houston is huge, but they manage traffic a whole lot better than that Denver airport does. It was crazy in there. Uh, I forgot why coming back, I was cruising down Interstate 70, clipping along. I had no idea how fast I was going, and uh, it was me and this guy, this friend, and his daughter in the back seat, and uh, we were laughing and acting stupid and stuff. And a Colorado state trooper, pulled me over, and he asked me, "Hey, do you know why I pulled you over?" I don't have a clue. I never do anything wrong, but I did something wrong. He said I was uh, driving 90 something, and the speed limit there is 80 or 85 on the interstate. So I wasn't speeding a whole lot, but he pulled me over. I think because I was probably the only one he could catch. But I had him laughing so hard he couldn't think what he stopped me for. He didn't give me a ticket. He was laughing hard. And when we got ready to go, I told him, I said, I got a 5.7 Hemi in here, in 5.7 Hemi in my truck. You want to race? He said, I got a 5.7 Hemi in my little car back there. You want to race? I said, no. So we didn't race. But anyway, I don't know why I told you all that, but I did. So that's that. I, I put up all my winter clothes, and now I need them again. I had to reach way far back in the back of my closet. My closet is long. It is long. I don't know how long, but it's longer than I can reach. It's way longer than I can reach, but it's narrow. It's just barely the depth of the width of a shirt. I can hang up my shirts without them getting all scrunched up like that. There's room for them, but there's not an inch on either side. And so to reach something way back in the back, and the door is way up at one end, and it goes way back, 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 back. And all my winter stuff is way back, 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 back there now, since I thought it was getting to be springtime. And I couldn't hardly reach. But I got this thing. This was a closest thing that I thought might keep me warm, and it did a fair job, not a good job, but a fair job. And you know, last year I think it was, I, I reached up my thermostat for my central heat. I reached up to make it colder or hotter, and a spark of electricity jumped from my finger to that thermostat, the static electricity, but it was a spark. I saw it and I felt it, and that thermostat felt it too, and it had a digital readout, and it kind of fried some of the digital numbers in there. It still worked, but it kind of fried some of the digital numbers. And so I never knew what temperature I was sitting it on, because it most of the the digital numbers are in segments, and most of the segments were fried. Not all of them, but some of them. And so I never knew what temperature it was. If I was hot, I'd turn it down. If it was cold, I'd turn it up. I never knew what it set on. And usually at night I turn it off, because that bed in the wintertime with that big thick insulated duvet, it keeps me plenty warm. I took it off several days ago and washed it and dried it and put it away for the summer, for the spring and summer, and bought a new uh, comforter. And that thing, the last few nights, has kept me warm. Even last night when it was 27 and 21 degrees, it kept me warm. So maybe I don't need that big, thick, heavy duvet. And this thing I got now is a whole lot easier to manage, and it'll be a whole lot easier to wash and dry, because that duvet, I usually took it up to the commercial laundromat, because they got some big washers and some big dryers. But anyway, y'all, let me get to reading to you. It's late, I know, I apologize. I'm getting a lot done, but I hurt. And I kept telling y'all I had an appointment on Tuesday with the neurologist or neurosurgeon, whatever she is. And I looked a while ago, and it's not on Tuesday. Thank God I looked. It's tomorrow, to Molly. So I'll be seeing her tomorrow, and I'm going to tell her. I was telling my friend here today, I said, I am so tired of them jacking around with me. They do this test and see what it'll do, and do this test and see what it'll do, and do that test and see what it'll do. I want to get fixed. Either fix me or shoot me in the head and get me out of my misery. I hurt. And I don't know if this is insurance protocol they're having to go through or what, but they've done just about every kind of test imaginable, and they can see on an MRI where all the problems are, which is pretty much from the base of my skull all the way to the tailbone. And I don't know anything about being a doctor, but I think they ought to know what to do. So I don't know why they keep doing all these tests. I want to get fixed, or at least some kind of relief. And I'm going to tell that lady tomorrow. I'm going to tell her to either poop or get off the pot. Let's do something here. We've been pooping on that pot for over a year now. So that's that. I don't remember where we were at. Oh, I did chapters 3 and 4 yesterday. I was going to give you 5 and 6 today, but I done rambled so much, I'm just going to give you 5. Because I waited late to come, and Most of y'all probably in bed. Oh, goodness gracious, it's late. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been here. The only place I went today was to a restaurant at lunchtime, and that was a long time ago. I've been busy. I I was telling everybody I'm not going to do any gardening this year. I'm I got too much pain and I don't feel like messing with it. And up here it never rains, and so I have to water every day, and it gets really dry. So I have to water every day, and if I don't water it every day, it dies. So, and then I wound up buying seeds, and I reckon since I got seeds, when tomato plants come out, I'll buy some tomato plants too. I will be gardening. I'm not going to garden much though, but I did go and buy three 10-foot long 2x10s. So I'll have a 10-foot long raised bed, 5 foot wide. That'll be a pretty good sized garden. And one man on YouTube, I saw an old man said that with a 80-foot long garden, you can grow all the vegetables you need for a year. I don't know about that, but that's what he said. Maybe he doesn't like to eat vegetables. I don't know. I I could eat that much okra and beets. And I was looking. Matter of fact, I got it right here. That's the planting times for my part of Kansas for a bunch of different vegetables. And when I look at that, I had two or three things I wanted to plant. And I start looking at this, and I now want to plant everything. It's got beets and beans, snap beans, lima beans, cabbage, collards, chard. I don't want any chard. Cucumbers, carrots, broccoli, endive. I don't even know what that is. Cauliflower, eggplant, melons, lettuce, some more lettuce, peppers, potatoes, okra, radishes, pumpkins, salsify. I got no idea what that is. Onions, peas, spinach, sweet taters, sweet corn, squash, tomatoes, and turnips. And that's that. And I want to do all but two or three of them after I saw that. But their growing time is so short here. Looks like the longest thing is pumpkin salsify. What is salsify? I never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look that up. Pumpkins and whatever that stuff is, and that's the two longest. And pumpkins, it says you plant them in May and harvest them the last 2 weeks of September and the first 2 weeks of October. But I don't want any pumpkins. I want real food. There's the cover of that book. Kansas Garden Guide. So I don't need to know how to grow it. I just need to know when to grow it, because it's not the same as Texas Gulf Coast. Texas Gulf Coast, you could plant anything any time you wanted. It didn't matter, and it would grow. But up here, you got a harsh winter, and we're still having it and getting more snow and more blizzard, another blizzard next week. I just can't get over that. But anyway, let me start reading here. 1 Kings chapter 5. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent his servants unto Solomon, for he had heard that they had anointed him king in the room of his father. For Hiram was ever a lover of David. And Solomon sent to Hiram, saying, Thou knowest how that David my father could not build a house unto the name of the Lord his God for the wars which were about him on every side, until the Lord put them under the soles of his feet. And that's how the wars are won, by God. But now the Lord my God hath given me rest on every side, so that there is neither adversary nor evil occurrent. And behold, I purpose to build a house unto the name of the Lord my God, as the Lord spake unto David my father, saying, Thy son, whom I will set upon my throne in thy room, he shall build a house unto my name. Now therefore command thou that they hew me cedar trees out of Lebanon, and my servants shall be with thy servants, and unto thee will I give hire for thy servants, according to all that thou shalt appoint. For thou knowest that there is not among us any that can skill to hew lumber like unto the Sidonians. It is cold, y'all, and I can't reach any of my coats. The coats are in the far back end of the closet. I bet y'all are glad about that, because I don't know, I had a lot of y'all complaining about me wearing coats, but I do it because it's cold. I don't live on the Texas Gulf Coast anymore, you know, and I need a coat. I don't have a coat. I put them all up out of reach. And it came to pass, when Hiram heard the words of Solomon, that he rejoiced greatly and said, Blessed be the Lord this day, which hath given unto David a wise son over this great people. And Hiram sent to Solomon, saying, I have considered the things which thou sentest to me for, and I will do all thy desire concerning timber of cedar and concerning timber of fir. My servants shall bring them down from Lebanon unto the sea, and I will convey them by sea in floats unto the place that thou shalt appoint me, and will cause them to be discharged there. And thou shalt receive them, and thou shalt accomplish my desire in giving food for my household. So Hiram gave Solomon cedar trees and fir trees according to all his desire, and Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 measures of wheat for food to his household, and 20 measures of pure oil. Thus gave Solomon to Hiram year by year. And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised him, and there was a peace between Hiram and Solomon, and they two made a league together. And King Solomon raised a levy out of all Israel, and the levy was 30,000 men. And he sent them to Lebanon 10,000 a month by course. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. And Adoniram was over the levy. And Solomon had 70,000 that bare burdens, and 80,000 hewers in the mountains, beside the chief of Solomon's officers, which were over the work, 3,300, which ruled over the people that wrought in the work. And the king commanded, and they brought great stones, costly stones, and huge stones to lay the foundation of the house. And Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders did hew them, and the stone squarers, so they prepared timber and stones to build the house. And that's that for the 5th chapter of First Kings. It's good. I saw something. I was reading somewhere else today, and it gave me a reference to First Kings, and I'd never went and looked it up. I need to find that and go look it up. But Kings is good. Well, all the Bible is good. I just enjoy it all, y'all. Every time it doesn't matter where I read in it, I get excited. And it doesn't matter how many times I read God's holy word, each time I find something new that excites me. Or maybe it's because I'm getting old, I forget what I read before, and I see it and whoa, that's cool. I don't think that's it, though. I think it's the Holy Spirit revealing new stuff to me, because most of it I remember and recognize, but every now and then something will pop up like, I never saw that before, when in fact I have seen it many times. It just didn't mean anything to me at first. And the Holy Spirit will do that to you. You know, He'll reveal things to you at different times, often according to what's going on in your life each time, as to what you need. He'll give you what you need. And that it's just awesome the way He works. It's all there for the reading. You can read it at any time you want to, but it won't come alive to you often until you need something, and then it comes alive for you. And it's just so cool how that works. But I think that's that. I got another book here I'm reading. I got a bunch of books I'm reading. And I'm doing it all wrong, because I'm reading a little bit out of this book and a little bit out of that 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 book. I don't need to do that. I need to finish one book and then go to the next and then go to the next and go to the next. But that's not the way I'm doing it. And they're not all Christian books. Like this one is a gardening book. Oh, me looking over yonder reminded me of the new giveaway I got. Just some stuff I picked up when I was at the store, whenever I went to the store. And I'm not going to show you, but I don't know what happened today. My email works again the way it's supposed to. I can get into all of my email, my hanging out with Stan and my regular personal email. I can get them both of them today. Just whichever one I want to go to, I can go to it. And it hadn't been like that ever since I got this new phone. But today, all of a sudden, I can, and I didn't do anything different. And it's something else. Ever since I got this phone, it has had the lockout, where you have to use your fingerprint or a passcode to turn it on. Suddenly that has disappeared. So I've got to turn that back on again. I'm the only one here, and I don't ever leave my phone laying around, so it's probably not important, but I'm going to turn it back on anyway. I don't know why it got turned off or how it got turned off, because I didn't turn it off. I turned it on and set it up on purpose. But anyway, where y'all at? Over yonder. The first one of you to make a mention in the comments to this video that you want the new book that I bought will get it. And I will need your email address, your mailing address emailed to me. But first, let me verify who the winner is. And I'll do it by whoever makes the first comment that you want it. You don't have to play trivia or anything. You just say, I want it. And it's one that you'll like. One of y'all said you wanted one of these, and I hadn't seen one in a long time. And all of a sudden I saw one, and so I bought it. And then I bought another one to give away. So to give away to one of y'all. So whichever one is the first one to say, I want that book, will get it. And if you say you want it, I want you to use it when you get it. I'll show you what it is. Right there. That's it. Jesus Calling. It's a small book. It's got well, it doesn't have the pages numbered, so I don't know how many pages long it is. Well, there's some that are numbered, and then it stops. It's numbered through page 384, and it looks like another 20 or 30 pages after that that's not numbered. And the author of this thing I never heard of. And I am always cautious about giving stuff away by authors I don't know. But I read it. It's like a daily devotional thing. It's got a scripture at the bottom of each page, and then a little small devotional. And I hate giving away something by an author that I don't know. And I don't know this one, but I've read several of the devotionals, and they all sound good. So hopefully all of them from cover to cover are good. Just use your discernment when you read it. But that's it. Published by Thomas Nelson. That's one of my favorite Christian book publishers. But that doesn't mean anything, because they'll publish books even by bad people. I think they're in it for the money, but they do a good job of putting books together and publishing. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Whoever is the first one to say, hey, I want it, and a comment to this video will get it. And then once I confirm the winner, then that person will need to email me their mailing address. And I've got this priority envelope to stick it in and send a priority mail to you. And as soon as it's emailed, as soon as it's mailed, I'll give you the tracking number for it, so you can keep up with where your little book's at. And let's get this one done and out of the way, and then in the next few days I'll do a Bible giveaway for the month, since we're in the month of March. Alrighty, y'all. And the Bible I give away is a nice one. I've not had any dissatisfied wieners. It's just like the one I use. Exactly if my supplier has it. They were out of it for a couple of months, and I had to buy something else. But I hope they got this one still, and they've been back in stock the last couple of months. So, for the last 2 or 3 months, they've had them back in stock. So I hope they still got them. They went a whole year without ever running out of them, and I didn't think they'd ever run out, but they did. I don't know how it works, but anyway, they the last few months they've been having them again. So we're not doing the Bible right now. We're doing this little book right here for now. And the Bible will come straight to the winter when we do the Bible, which we're not doing today, but when we do, it'll come straight from the Christian bookstore to you. These I picked up at a Christian bookstore over in the big town when I was over there the other day. So that's that, y'all. A lot of Redneck Ramble, a nice book giveaway, and daily Bible readings, all smashed into one video. I was eating a while back at one of the restaurants here in town, and they got on their menu, it said I was hungry for a hamburger. I wound up not getting a hamburger. I don't remember what I got, but it said they had a smash patty. I said, "What is a smash patty? I never heard of a smash patty." They said you get a chunk of ground beef and smash it. That's called a smash patty. Your hamburger patty. I never heard of a hamburger patty called a smash patty before, but that's what they called it in their menu. It said it comes with a smash patty. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow if we're still here. I keep expecting the rapture. Last night, I had a good talk with the Lord about it. I told him I was tired of going to bed with my flying wings on because I can't roll over and sleep comfortable. Didn't do any good. I'm still here, and I hope y'all are too. I hadn't heard of a bunch of people disappearing and leaving me behind. Y'all have a good night. And Manna and all y'all on the other side of the world, y'all have a good morning and a good day. I hope it's warmer where you're at than where it is where I'm at. But it's cold and it's 20 something degrees. And that's cold. And here we are in mid March, I think. I'm not sure where we are. So we're in March. I know that. I just don't know where because it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to work. It doesn't matter to me what day it is. If any of y'all want to talk, give me a holler. I'll be up another hour, maybe. It's 10:15. Goodness gracious alive. That's late for this old boy. I've been going to bed at 7 and 8 o'clock. I don't sleep long, but I go to bed then because by then I've been wore out. I got more work to do in the closet. I still got those shelves to empty out and reorganize. And then I dragged out all my materials for the utility room. I need to get that project done. So maybe I can get my indoor projects finished before the cold from the blizzard next week is over. And then when the cold from the blizzard is over, I can start working outside, I hope. I hope there's no more cold weather after that. And it'll take several days for it to ease back up to the warm temperatures after that blizzard. It's going to be in the low 20s, I think. I don't remember what I read now. I just know we got another blizzard coming. God bless y'all. I appreciate y'all very much.